Hello, hello. Whoops, sorry. Check it out. New intro video, right? and even more exciting, new camera. Hopefully things look a little bit better. I've still been tweaking the lighting, so I don't know if I'm happy with it yet, but we're getting there slowly but surely. And I have cracked the code of balancing Facebook and YouTube and everything all at the same time. I now have all of the chats coming to one place. And even more exciting, not only are they coming to one place, they are now, in theory, hang on, let's see, in theory on your screen also. Let me pull it up here and make sure that it is actually working. I have put so much time into trying to make this actually work. So no matter where you are watching, I should be able to see what you're talking about. It looks like the chat is just a little bit small. Hopefully you guys can read that. I'll tweak it next week. It's a never-ending battle of trying to figure all of this out. I also think I might end up moving. Oh, perfect. That makes me happy. I might end up moving the chat over to the other side of the screen. I don't know. As you can see, I've been tweaking what is happening here in the studio a lot lately. I can easily switch cameras now, although I only have one hooked up right now. That, and I have the iPad hooked up to it. I can switch to that. So if I want to pull stuff up on the computer, like if I were talking about, a website or something, I can pull it up on here and then switch to it so that you guys, can see it also as I'm talking about it. See, isn't that great? I'm excited about this because it has consumed so much of my time, and I've been setting up a lot in here for other stuff too. I have a permanent boom mic set up now too. I still need to do some more soundproofing in the studio here. This is what the room sounds like right now. So it's still a little echoey. That's coming out of the boom mic. I could probably fix it in editing, but it's definitely not up to my standards right now. So we'll stick to the better microphone still, the podcast microphone. And as you guys, I'm sure, noticed, there is no Cincy Brewcast right now because of sitting here working on all of this. I've been helping Chef Tony out with his show once a week. Hopefully we've got him to the point this week where this will be my last week where I have to be up there helping with that. So that takes up an evening. It's complicated, you guys. This entire schedule and this life is complicated. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I did check. Sorry, I should have put something out this morning to say that it was going to be either late or something like that. Hopefully, it'll be up tomorrow. It's not a very exciting episode. I was solo here, sitting here at the desk. I'm gonna see if I can make this bigger while I'm. Hang on. Sorry, I'm getting used to all this control stuff. I have now to complicate things just a little bit more. I still have one screen over here, like I always have, and then the monitor up above, which isn't really doing anything right now. And now also, like this is really cool. I should have hooked up something so that you guys could see. Actually, I can. Hang on. Just a second here. Let me do it this way. Unplug that. We will plug my phone into that. This is really exciting, guys. Here, we can do it this way. Ugh. Okay. Let me pull up that so you can see. So, let's pull the chat off for a second. So here's the setup. If you guys are curious, sorry, you get to see from the camera of my phone. That was the quickest way I could think to do this. So I've got a screen right here, which is right now the chat. The chat is supposed to be over here on this screen, which I don't know if you can tell if you look really close. It's a teleprompter, you guys. I have a teleprompter with a camera behind it. That's where the camera is. Then the iPad down here. This other screen up here that doesn't have anything on it right now. Audio mixer, video mixer. This has been my every ounce of my free time in the last. It's a work in progress. We are slowly figuring it out. All right. I'm going to try to make the chat a little bit bigger so you guys can read it better. I don't know if that's possible while I'm in the middle of a stream, though. Let's see. Because we'll just make this up as we go along. All right, yeah, it's taking too long out. No, we'll just do it another time. So I can put the chat over here so I can read the chat while we're hanging out, and I don't have to keep looking away from the camera. Though it's really hard to read because it's tiny. I bought the littlest tiny monitor that exists in the universe. It's like a 7-inch monitor, but it works. That's all I really need for over here. This is kind of designed for an iPad, and it works great with the iPad. I guess if you were actually doing it for, some kind of a script or anything like that, but obviously there's no script with this show. We don't need any of that crap. We just make it up as we go along. So as I kind of keep tweaking things, we'll get more and more out of this. Hopefully I can get the computer moved out of right in front of me too, because I don't know if you guys can hear the fan noise, but I can hear the fan noise from the computer, and that drives me crazy. So I need to fix that. Phone lines are active as soon as I get the phone plugged in here. If anybody wants to call in, the number, hopefully you guys all know it. Yeah, see, I need to fix this. I have, let's put that up here. Whoops, sorry. You can buy a little switcher device thing that changes between different settings, basically. So different scenes is what they call them, that I really need to invest in at some point. Because I really hate looking up here. The number, if you don't know it, is 567-70-DRINK, 567-703-7465, if you want to call in and take part in the conversation that way. However, you can always just type right where you are and chat. If you are on Facebook, YouTube, I think I'm streaming on Twitch right now. I don't really know. I don't really do anything on Twitch. I assume it's probably working. And then I turned on Periscope too. I think Periscope is going away, so I don't even know if that's a thing. Who knows? I did check both Facebook and YouTube, and they were both they both seemed like they were working. So That is good news. I'm going to crack open a beer. Everybody tell me what you are drinking, because that is the point of the show, right? Marco is drinking a Truth. Yeah, see, I can't even read any of these words. It's too tiny. Yeah, we're gonna move this over here so I can read it until I fix that. Okay. Julia likes the behind the scenes stuff. Does not hear any fan noise, so I think I'm good there. Marco knows the number, has it saved as a contact. Oh, Julia check Twitch, and I am live there. That's fun. I don't think I have any followers on Twitch, so it doesn't really matter that I'm live there, but maybe somebody will stumble across the show there. The show that is not a show. So I'm cracking open Rhinegeist Panther. This is one of those beers that comes around once in a blue moon, and when it does, I go nuts for it because it's so good. And I don't know if maybe it's because it's a limited thing and you can't get it all the time when you want it that makes it so great, but yeah, I love the beer. While we were putting the kids to, that's a whole story too. We were putting the kids to bed. I cracked open one of my last pickles, although they're on closeout right now at Jungle Gyms. And they're like $4, I think, for a 6-pack. So if anybody needs to stock back up, that's where you should do it. Let's see. Vernon just cracked open his last Sonder birthday cake frosted after visiting the tap room tonight. I haven't been out to the tap room in a long time. Marco wants to know what the hell Twitch is. Twitch is, Julia goes to say that it's where gamers stream their games. It's the majority of people who are streaming stuff online are people streaming like them playing games, and that is a big platform for that. However, in the last year or two, I think Twitch has been trying to get more people creating other content on there. So I'm there. Julia says you don't have to scroll up, drinking a 3 Nitas Belgian triple from Humble Monk. I haven't been there in a while either. Marco says Panther was my nickname in high school. All right. Party Source 2 for pickle. Marco says no, it wasn't. Well, it's your nickname now. I'm going to start calling you Panther. John is drinking a Fall City Onward Brown. A lot of fun beers tonight. So I have not had any of those except for the Humble Monk. I think I've had the triple there. And obviously Marco, I've had Truth too. But I haven't had any of that other stuff. That's fun. There's so many good beers. I was going to go into Sonder. That was the thing. I'm going to try, hopefully, not this coming episode. We'll talk about that in a minute of Cincy Brewcast, but an upcoming episode. I'm going to try to get them on. Of course, I want to talk to them, but they have, as far as like other places, other breweries and stuff that I normally would talk to on Cincy Brewcast, they have the most complete podcasting setup, of course, of any other brewery. The guys at March 1st obviously have a setup, but theirs is a little janky. Sorry, guys, if you're listening. So, point being, I'm going to try something with the guys at Sonder, some kind of a little technology thing, just to see if I can make it work. Because I am going to try to build out a kit, I guess, a kit that I can take and I can either mail to or drop off with somebody so that they could be at their house, jump on quickly and easily, and get on a show and actually have it sound like we're in the same room. The phone line works great, Zoom works great, that kind of stuff. It works and it's good enough, but it just doesn't sound like you're face to face the way that it does. If you are face to face. Let's see. Julia says she needs to get up to Sonder to get some puffy coat. Puffy coat is awesome. Just brought home a crowler from the tap room, splitting it with the wife shortly. I love Sonder. This is John says I love Sonder, but since the work from home, haven't had it since they don't distribute to Kentucky. It's so freaking good, says Julia. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it seems silly because like you're working from home, so it should be just as easy to get somewhere else to to go to a tap room, but it is way harder, at least for me, and I assume for a lot of people, it's harder to get out and grab a beer somewhere, for lots of reasons, I guess, not just working from home, but I guess the chaos that surrounds all of this too, right? It's been nuts. Tonight was this whole weekend has been interesting. I am building new shelves in the middle of my living room, not just shelves, like this massive entertainment center. We're building it's a whole wall of shelves, and we to give you an idea, I think it's like maybe a little bit over 12 feet long, floor to ceiling, so it's just massive project. So I worked on that all weekend, and then today I got off work and my oldest, the 3-year-old, was gone. She wasn't gone, she left with somebody. My sister-in-law took her up to my in-laws' house to hang out for the day, and so we had this house without the louder. I don't even know if she's the louder of the two kids. The more vocal of what she actually needs of the two. Needy. I don't know. They're both very difficult. I don't know which way it works, but so she was not there, and normally that would be fantastic. It's this great time to come, and the baby is easy at this point because when he's by himself, you're just literally meeting instantaneous needs. Diaper, food, toy. It's like these really like simple things that you just have to do. Whereas I think that with the 3-year-old, it's way more complicated. And then you put the two of them together and it's a whole thing. But she wasn't here, so normally I'd be able to come downstairs, get the brewcast finished, whatever it was. That didn't happen tonight. We had to go to the grocery store, so I had to go grocery shopping instead of getting to actually accomplish anything that would have been more useful in this world. The downside of all of that, I got the baby to sleep pretty easy, and I can still hear upstairs. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Can hear him thumping around. The 3-year-old is still awake upstairs, and I'm fairly certain that when I go upstairs to go to bed, she will be in my bed, which it's easier to get her to go to bed that way, but it makes for a long night. I wish that I could get the Instagram stream to link in with all of this stuff too. I've been really bad with Instagram lately, and I'd like to fix that because I enjoy it so much. I think it's a fun platform. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place, guys. I have 400 different things in my head right now. Let's see. So as far as upcoming brewcasts, this week's, like I said, is not that exciting. It's me in studio, kind of short. So sorry about that. But next week's is a fun one. We are finally going to get out and do a show at Montgomery Public House, or MPH, as I think they're going by now. I'll get to the bottom of all of that too, of why kind of that shift happened. I think it's great. It's fine. It's we'll talk about all of that. But yeah, they're going to be on next week. That's all that's for sure, except I have a show that's like way scheduled out that's with 16 Lots. I was supposed to have them on back a while back, and then, the entire family got COVID, so then we had to cancel that show. Justin says hi. Hi, Justin. You guys can all see, no matter where. This is what's cool about having the chat up on screen, even if it's really tiny and probably really hard to read. No matter where you are, that pops up. So if you're on YouTube, you can still see the people commenting on Facebook and vice versa. So it doesn't matter anymore where you want to stream the show. I mean, it seems to me like most people like Facebook more, but it doesn't matter. So now, if we get kicked off of a platform, it doesn't matter. We can still just keep it going there. Justin says he's drinking a surprise beer tonight. Last week, while I was up recording Food Trucker Magazine, the podcast with Chef Tony, not quite High Life, but I did have a Miller Genuine Draft. Not on draft, Miller Genuine Draft bottle, which is strange, but and it was not great. Marco says he has a growler of MPH at home. Which one? For anybody else besides Marco, anybody that's been there that has an opinion about what I should make sure to drink when I'm there, let me know, because I have not been there maybe since right after they opened. I might have been in there one other time in the middle, but I have definitely not been there for a long time. So I'm looking forward to trying what's new. I can tell you how long it's been because I have not been there since they had the left-hand beers available there. So that's a while. Take a drink of my beer. Justin says still needs to go to MPH. And it's right down the street. Marco says happy to answer off air. All right. What else is coming up? I need to get a post written, something short about Sam Adams. So they, not even like beer news though. Cincy Wing Week is coming up. Marco says there's always left hand on. That's all right. Cincy Wing Week is coming up next week, and Sam Adams, the tap room, is the official pickup location for the passports for that. If you guys are wing fans, make sure you get out there to get that. Justin says the ESB from Firehouse may or may not have a keg of it. Oh man, what's the status of Firehouse? Are you guys back open yet? Also, that same question from Marco. What's the status of Valley Vineyards? You guys have open yet? Is anybody open anymore? I did see, not to jump away from the Sam Adams thing, but because I do have more to talk about with them. I saw crappy article that Pies and Pints at the Banks is closed for good. They're still open. Liberty and where's the other location? Liberty. Somebody will tell me on here, right? So one of you guys will jump in the chat and tell me where the other one is. Liberty Town Center, the Banks, something. Oh, we have a call coming in on multiple devices. I guess I have the volume up on my iPad. Oh, call failed. Oh, it's because I just did that. Hey, you're on. Who is this?
Well, hello, Noom.
Hello.
It's Marco, buddy.
I guess it's a good thing you've got me in your contacts. Speed dial, ready to go.
That's right. That's right. And I hope it's not too late to say Happy New Year and Happy MLK Day to you, friend.
Absolutely. I don't think it's ever too late to say Happy New Year because every day is a new year.
We're on the cusp of it, is what I feel. So I'm driving. I picked up to-go food, as I said in the thing. You asked me a direct question, and I wanted to answer directly. And texting and driving is a no-no. Even though I did in short bursts via very safe applications. So, anyways, Valley Vineyard. No, we're not open. We are there. The wine team is bottling wine. The brew team is working,
polishing.
We're doing more than that. We have actually this week we're going to brew.
Okay.
Last week we did move some really delicious barrel aged product into kegs. And so we are looking forward to the reopening of Valley Vineyard. Now, they are doing some upgrades to the facility. The upgrades are ongoing, and the degree of the upgrades depends on a couple of different factors that are going to play out over the next couple of weeks. So, I mean, we could be open with a little bit of a new look, maybe around Valentine's Day, or we may be staying closed a little bit longer for even deeper and more impactful renovations, depending on a couple of things that play out over the next little bit. Nonetheless, Valley Vineyards is not. It's
not gone the Pies and Pints at the Banks route.
No, it's not. I saw that story today. No, we are going to reopen, and some of the projects are pretty in depth, and if they're able to put into place those projects, it'll be a little bit longer.
Right.
So maybe early spring. If we're going to just go with a little bit, put those deeper projects maybe off until this time next year. We'll open up with some upgrades and some different aesthetics, coming up soon. But the brew team, we're working. We've been working. We did take the month of December off, which is fine. And then we're back in there, getting ready for hopefully to welcome back our wonderful guests who've been loyal for such a long time. So,
well, it is the right time if you want to do some bigger projects like that and really kind of dig in and make some upgrades and that kind of stuff. It's the right time to do it. Things. Not only is it the not so busy part of the year, it's the not so busy part of the century too. So it's just it works. Yeah. It works out. They've been posting pictures on Facebook of some of the stuff that they're working on, and it does look nice. So I look forward to seeing it. Especially look forward to seeing it as some of those bigger projects that you're talking about come to fruition.
Well, and that's the thing is that, so I mean, right now they're tackling some of the things that aren't as capital heavy, but still take capital. But if they're able to do some of the things that are extremely capital heavy, then we're going to delay the opening to get those capital heavy things or extremely capital heavy things done, so that, let's say, early spring, there's a pretty big difference, not just, hey, paint or removal of this wallpaper or that, but a pretty big impactful difference. But in the meantime, I mean, there may be even the opportunity for to go sales coming up soon. Even if we don't open up for uh, being able to come to the winery and sit and have wine or beer flights or that kind of thing, they may be able to open up even during that sort of demolition or construction phase. They may be able to open up for to-go sales at least, so that you can get your wine and beverages, beer to go, and then
That would be nice.
be able to see some of the little bit of a little bit behind the curtain on what we're doing, and then yeah, so it's all positive, it's good, and you know I anticipate some already some changes for 2021, so it's good.
Good, good,
And
good.
I I pulled in the driveway, so I'm gonna hang up and listen to the rest of the show that's not a show.
All right. Well, enjoy your dinner.
Thank you, buddy.
All right. We'll talk to you
Bye
soon.
bye.
Bye.
Absolutely, bye.
So, good news from Valley Vineyard Cellar Dweller, because it's, if you are a fan of the stuff that they do, if you're a fan of the wine, you can still go to the store and get the wine. You can just go and grab a bottle of wine, sit home and drink it. And, yeah, you're not there. I'm experiencing kind of that, the space, but if you're a beer drinker, and if that's your spot, like there's not a lot that you can do about it right now. And that sucks, I guess, for beer drinkers, but like I said, it is the right time to dig into bigger projects like that and figure some of that stuff out, because they're, like I said, it's that time of year where things already aren't typically that busy, but then you couple that up with the obvious, it's even less so. So it isn't as painful to shut your doors for a little bit. All right, we got another call. I'm assuming that this one is Justin. Let's see. Hey, you're on. Who is this?
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
You're on.
Am I?
Yeah, you're live on the show that's not a show.
The show? It's not a show.
Yeah.
All right. I'm actually trying to pour this keg. It's really hard.
Of the ESB?
Yes. It's in my garage, which is a natural refrigerator right now.
Let's see. I've got a very nice heated garage, so it doesn't ever
Yeah,
get that cold.
Yeah.
Very fancy like that here.
I have a heater in here, but it's just the space here.
I have one of those too, because that's the only place that I can sit outside and smoke a cigar this time of year, is the garage.
Exactly.
Because it's too cold to sit outside, so I have to crank a bunch of heaters because I open the garage door. So I'm familiar with the space in your life.
Yeah, of course. Ours fell over, so I don't like plugging it anyway. So it freaks me out.
So you said you guys are looking at first week of February?
Yeah, so our plan is for now to open the first week of February. I'm guessing that Monday.
Right.
So I go back, I think Wednesday. I've been off since Christmas.
Oof.
And yeah, It is what it is. I mean, time off,
Right.
and me and the chef have been kind of taking the time to kind of work out, doing beer pairings with all the food, and he's redoing the menu. I'm working on new recipes and stuff like that. So we're kind of, doing some cool stuff with that. And it's kind of nice to, because every day, he's back in the kitchen doing 4 million things. I'm back in the brew house cleaning tanks, and half the time I'm just like, he's over here like, oh yeah, I gotta go run this food out real quick, and I'll be like, oh, I gotta stop this cycle, this and that. So like, it's kind of nice to have me and him, and we actually he's got like a 5-gallon still in his house.
Yeah.
So we did a run of moonshine, which
the show's live, right?
Oh, I know. We're not selling it. Trust me.
You guys were
real
making
bad.
essential oils.
Yeah, there you go. We'll say that. But yeah. So we've had time to, like, I go over to his house and we talk and work out, like, food and beer pairings and stuff like that. And once, I know the pandemic's not going to end anytime soon, at least I think. But we talked about, like, what pairs with what and this and that. I mean, he's a genius when it comes to food, and I'm amateur when it comes to beer. So, we sat down and basically just paired beers and food together. And it was pretty fun doing that. So, we're going to have a whole new menu and hopefully some new beers coming up between February and March. And
if you can
be pretty fun.
figure out a way to get just the average person that's just walking in for dinner to really understand that pairing of beer and food together. It's one thing if you have a special dinner where people are kind of forced, you eat this and you drink this and here we go. That's one
Right.
thing, but like just the average person that walks in for dinner, if you can crack that kind of that code and get them to kind of understand that beer pairing side of things, I think that would open up a whole new world for you guys.
Yeah, of course. Like we talked about, because we were looking at the menu, like I think it was like a week after we closed, and me and him talked about, like, we need to like basically say, like, okay, this salmon pairs with the blonde ale or the amber ale or the IPA or this and that. So we were trying to work out, what pairs with what.
See, I almost think like you have to even go another step and almost force people into some of those pairings. Like there was a little bit different, but when Urban Artifact, the first time they did their salted rye goza, they had you ordered the beer and it just came with a little sandwich. Like they just handed it to you and like, here, comes with a snack. And it forced you to eat the sandwich with the beer because it came with it. And like something like that where you don't even think about, oh, it says right here that I should get this. It's just like, no, you get this beer and it comes with this. It's like a package kind of thing. I think would be fun.
That's actually a really good idea.
Just make people do it.
Yeah,
sometimes
I will call him after this.
Sometimes that's just what you have to do. You just have to make people do it. Here, you want to drink this beer? Guess what? You have to order this food. I think it'd be cool. Or I mean, you could even take the idea of a beer dinner and just make it something that's on the menu. So you can you buy this meal and it comes with this flight of beers that are brought to you throughout the meal, and these 3 courses or whatever. There's a lot of fun stuff, but nobody's really figured that out yet. Nobody's ever done that. Like, there's how many good restaurants around that have great beer that have never really kind of cracked that idea on a normal menu. Like, it's always a special dinner.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
and which we've started, which unfortunately we started literally the week before we closed. We started a chef series,
Right.
quote unquote. Like we're not trying to steal, Madry's chef series, but me and the chef is actually a home brewer, and well, right now he has my homebrew equipment, which I still want back, but he me and him have been homebrewing at his house, and he oh man, spilled my beer. Me and him come up with recipes, and we sit for like we'll take a little bit of ingredients from the brewery and brew it at his house, and say like he just brewed a peanut butter chocolate stout, which I am not a fan of peanut butter. I will say
You're
right
not a
now.
fan of peanut butter?
No, like nutcase, like great beer. I'm just not a fan of peanut butter. Like I can't do it. But
I love peanut butter.
Me and him worked on a peanut butter chocolate stout that we homebrewed, and turned out phenomenal. Not a lot of peanut butter, a lot of chocolate flavor. So we're gonna do that at the brewery, and we also have, which we kind of put on tap. They tapped it without me knowing. It was a double New England IPA, and it was his idea. So I read out the recipe. He was the one that wanted to choose the hops, and we got some experimental hops in the brewery. But we put that on tap, and I don't think anyone's purchased it yet. But because I mean, we put it on tap just like 2 days before we closed, so it was kind of pointless, and we didn't really promote it.
Right.
So now we went in last week and we tried it, and we were like, well, it's still holding up flavor. I was like, I just don't want to be closed for months and have it just sitting there. But it's super good. I had a lot of my friends are like big beer nerds and beer traders and yada yada, and they loved it. So I brought a crowler home with it, and I had them all try it, and they were happy with it, because
that's a heck
my
of
friends are my biggest
they're
my biggest critics.
It's a heck of a beer to have tapped right before you guys shut down for a month.
Exactly. Yeah.
Although
But
sometimes
it is what it is.
sometimes it's surprising too. Some of those beers, after they sit, they're not bad. Like that's we've entered this. We've turned into like these snobs sometimes, where if our IPAs aren't a week old, we don't want to drink them anymore. And some of those beers still kind of keep developing and keep changing, and some of the flavors and the hops kind of start to fall out, but other ones are still there. Like it's just because a beer isn't immediately brewed before you drink it doesn't mean it's not good anymore.
We sat there on Tuesday for like an hour, just drank like 4 pints of them. I was like, can we stop doing this? This is your 9%. This is potent. I was like, I got to drive home.
Well, I'm excited for you guys to get your doors back open again. I need to get back out there. Yeah. We need to get you guys back on the show at some point. And we'll definitely do that once we get back open. We'll do another show. Our anniversary is coming up on the 22nd. That's crazy.
I believe. Yeah, I know. Trust me. I know it's crazy. Trust me. I'm the one that's dealing with it. So we're gonna have I'm trying to do a little special release for it. Some variant of one of our favorites. So look up for that.
Fun.
Yeah. So I'll let you go. My roommate just came upstairs getting this frozen pizza. So.
Well, thanks for calling in, buddy.
Yeah, man.
All right.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
See you, man. Bye.
Look at that. 2 calls to the drunk line and 1 episode. It's exciting. There are a lot of things about this pandemic that are going to kind of, I'll say especially some of the places that were forced to either shut down completely, like Firehouse or Valley Vineyards or whoever it may be. Especially places like that, or places that had to cut their hours back dramatically, or lay off a huge portion of their staff. These people that had to make these big sweeping changes to keep things kind of going sustainably. There is something about having to dramatically change what you're doing to force you to kind of take a step back, to force you to kind of think differently about what you're doing, that I think when we get through to the other side of this, whatever that is, whenever it is, it'll be better. I've said that before on shows. I don't know if it's this show or Brewcast or whatever, but it will be, this community will grow through all of this. The places that the places that were hurting, the places that are hurting, that get through this, when they get to the other side, will be stronger for what they had to go through, I think. And seeing places, I guess, fight through it and figure it out, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel very very happy about what we've got going on here in Cincinnati. The fact that we have not had that many closures through this. Rock bottom, which was coming before, that was, that's a bigger problem than COVID. Moorline, if you consider that closed, I know that's kind of a weird situation, but, again, that was, there, in some ways, that was something that has been happening for a long time, that obviously COVID made happen a lot faster. Brewdog, same thing, out of non-local brewery, operating a tap room, doesn't make any beer. The fact that Brewdog had to close that tap room, and they're saying it's not a permanent thing. We'll see. They're a big, giant machine that this was a small portion of kind of who they are. It doesn't. I don't think it's the same as an existing brewery here in town closing their doors. I know that there's people that work there and that kind of, we could get into that, but that is a much bigger topic that we probably need to dive into on Cincy Brewcast at some point, but we'll not do it tonight because we are getting close to an hour. I don't know how that happened, but I hope that this was good. I hope you guys are happy with the new setup. I hope everything sounded good. I hope everything looked good. From what I can see on my end, the new chat setup was much easier to navigate, at least for me. So I'm happy to have that in place now, and we'll keep kind of integrating little things here and there with all of this, just to make it better, just to keep improving on what we're doing with all of this stuff. Brewcast, hopefully tomorrow. I'm sorry, guys. And then some new Prost coming this week. Cocktail. I don't know what the cocktail is because I haven't recorded it yet. So I'm going to do that after work, either tomorrow or No, probably Wednesday. I'll probably be doing it last minute as usual. Now I can't even do it Wednesday because I'm recording Brewcast. I don't know when I'm going to do it. We will get it done though. I promise. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow before I head up to help Tony. We'll see. I will have it done for you though, and we'll be back with the show that is not a show, next week, and you remember you can listen wherever you feel comfortable, and it's okay now. So, and tell all your friends, anybody who doesn't know about this. Let them know that it's streaming every Monday at 9-ish on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. If Periscope is still a thing, it's there. I don't know. And if there's any platform that you want it to be on, let me know and I'll consider it. So, thank you guys. More video content on the way, I promise. As soon as we can figure that out. We'll see you later, Justin. Justin's gonna go play the drums. I used to be able to do things like that. For anybody who, I know some of you guys have seen kind of the extent of the basement down here, but I have a stage in the other end of the basement, and used to be able to play music very loudly all hours of the night before children. I just realized that I didn't put the new theme music on here to be able to play it on the way out. So you guys get old theme music. Sorry. It's all right. You get the point. I'll fix that next week. Thank you guys.